We welcome another guest in as we start things off here in the 8 o'clock hour. Lynn Posey joins us. He's Executive Director of the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. And Lance came to me during the break. He's like, hey, next time, be sure you wear camouflage. He's like, I didn't think to tell you about that. He's like, I don't know if you own any camouflage or not. I was like, what do you think? Come on, what are we doing here? I just ran out to the truck, and here we are. I'm ready to go. Good morning.
Good morning. I started to wear mine myself. It's about time for everybody to be getting the camouflage on.
There is no question about that. Lance, can we fix his mic?
I got it, sir. I had it down a little low.
There you go. Now we're good to go. It is about that time of year. Son and I got out this past weekend for the first time with the youth season going on. I know there were a lot of people all over the state of Mississippi that walked outside this morning and kind of felt that nip in the air and said, all right, it's here. It's time to go get in a deer stand.
It's time. It's we're approaching opening weekend. It's something most of the folks in Mississippi look forward to every year, to get a chance to get in the woods, enjoy Mississippi's great outdoors. And we're just going to take a few minutes this morning to remind folks as they're out there enjoying Mississippi's great outdoors that, you want to be safe. It's a lot of accidents happen that we have to deal with every year there. And if you're out there this year, we suggest that you make sure you got your hunter orange on, or this year you have an opportunity to even wear fluorescent pink if that's something you might want to do.
Okay.
And always be careful where you're shooting, and inspect your deer stands, your climbing stands, that sort of thing, because we always have some accidents for folks falling out of the stands, that sort of thing. But get your education courses that you need to be out there in the woods, and make sure you buy a license. Our agency is supported by the sportsmen here in Mississippi by purchasing those licenses, and we appreciate them buying those licenses when they get out there.
One of the great presents that I think that you can get for a child who is interested in the outdoors is that lifetime sportsman's license. It's a whole lot more affordable when you do it for an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old than when you're fully grown like we are, and you got to go out and get one. And you want to talk about a gift that lasts a lifetime. Absolutely.
It's one of the best things you can do, and now's a good time to be buying stocking stuffers there. A child up to under 13 years of age, you can buy it for $500. That's a bargain. And when they reach 13 and on up, it's $1,000 a pop. So quite a bargain to go and buy them early.
I think that's a 50% off sale, if I'm doing the math right.
Pretty close to that, yes, sir.
What are some of the early reports that you're getting? Is bow season's been going on for a little while. There have been people that, it doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees or 30 degrees. The day that deer season opens, they're going to be in a deer stand. What are some of the early reports that you've gotten from across the state?
Had some good deer killed back during the velvet season back in September. Had an opening weekend there, and a lot of folks out there hunting it then, and it hadn't stopped since then. And like I say, we just rolled through the youth weekend and youth week, and the antler season still going on. And we talked earlier, the opening day be this Saturday, and then we roll into duck season. So a lot of activity out there.
One of the things that MDWFP is involved with that always has been incredible to me is the hunt weekend for children who might not otherwise have the opportunity. And you get people from all over the state that volunteered their land and their time and deer stands and their deer population to give some kids that might not otherwise have a chance to create a memory that'll last a lifetime.
We strongly encourage that and assist every way we can. Our youth are the future of hunting. If we don't teach our children to get out and enjoy the great outdoors, our hunting heritage could be lost. So we make a point to get out there, and we got a lot of volunteers around the state who help us with that. So it's really important to get in the woods and take a child with you when you go.
Yeah, it certainly is. And you want to talk about quality time. I mean, Lynn, I'm sure you've had this experience as well. That is time that you never get back, and it's as special as anything. Even sometimes when you're just sitting there not saying a word.
It's some of the best time you can spend is time spent in the woods with by yourself or with your child or grandchild. I'm now at a point in time that I've got 6 grandchildren. I try to get them in the woods when we can.
Yeah. We know a lot on your plate. Let's go back to the safety stuff. You mentioned orange or pink in terms of fluorescent, and then the thing that, I mean, doggone, it's scary. I mean, serious injuries and sometimes even death with falls from tree stands, and sometimes that's as simple as not taking the proper maintenance precautions that need to be taken.
It is, and it's like I say, it's a simple thing. Sometimes you just get used to doing something, and get accustomed to doing something a certain way, and you just don't take time or you rush it. But like I say, we're just encouraging folks to make sure that this time, and when they're using tree stands, things of that nature, just be careful. Wear your climbing harnesses, like it's just what you need to do, and just be careful out there. You want to come home safe to your family.
Yeah. Deer population certainly has been an issue for a long time, and if you're out driving anywhere in the last month, there is a good chance that you've seen deer on the side of the road or darting out in front of you. So many doe. Where are we from a population standpoint? What's the concern? What do we need to be thinking about in terms of management?
We have the highest population of deer that we've ever had. When we're encouraging folks to, within their bag limits, to kill the extra deer this year, but stay within your bag limits. But, if you can harvest a deer and take it somewhere to a local food network, that's a good thing to do. But we really need help trying to keep the population in check. We estimated that over the last 2 seasons, we've killed somewhere in the neighborhood of 280,000 deer. And we're still not killing as many as we need to kill.
Yeah. Where does that number need to be?
I don't know exactly where it would need to be, but I would think, if we could increase it, somewhere in the neighborhood of 50,000 additional deer, that would certainly help things. It's like, say, the doe harvest. Our DMAP clubs need to be out there taking the does that the biologists tell them to take. We, as hunters, sometimes gets lazy. It's fun up until you pull the trigger, and then the work begins sometimes. And so we got to get a little more work going on out there.
Well, and you got lots of people also that they want trophies, and they're maybe have killed plenty of deer in their life and don't have a whole lot of interest in shooting another doe. It's not at this point about adding another deer to the collection. It's about helping the population, and I guess maybe even making it, creating the opportunity for more of those trophies to grow.
Yeah, if you don't keep your herd in balance, you're not going to grow those big trophies. And you're right, everybody wants to kill the big one, but it's kind of all works hand in hand. You got to keep your herd in balance to be able to get those big ones.
Yeah. This just popped into my head. I'm curious if there's any, and this wouldn't fall necessarily, I guess, under MDWFP, but when you're looking for a processor, whether it's to get sausage or have the meat cut up or a taxidermist, is there any advice that MDWFP offers to people in terms of looking for a processor, what you're looking for to make sure they're doing things in a way that's safe and right?
Well, I think most of the hunters out there that are taking their deer to a processor kind of do their homework on the processors they're taking, on the processor that they're taking their deer to, and they want someone who's going to do a good job and make sure their meat stays separated from everybody else's meat. So I think the local people, the hunters, know the local processors, and they kind of vet them themselves.
Yeah. That's, I guess, a good way to go about that. What do we need to know on the calendar in terms of dates that are coming up, when season start, dogs, guns, the whole deal?
Well, dog season opens this Saturday, and it goes, I think, let's see, maybe through the I had it written down, but it goes for about a week or 10 days, and then we, of course, rolled into duck season pretty quick for 3 days, starting on the 28th, and then after the first dog season closes, we have a still season, and the dog season opens back up, I think, and runs to the end of January.
Okay, got that through the end of January. Are people optimistic about duck season at this point? Hey, I know you got that early season, then it closes, and then it opens back up for about a month window, and this is the time where those duck hunters really start thinking about them.
That's it. It opens for 3 days, starting on the 28th, and goes through the 1st, and then it opens back, I think, on the 7th, and goes through the end of January there. So I hadn't really heard a lot of early reports, but I mean, all the duck hunters know, the amount of ducks we have depends on when we get the cold weather, and we just hope we get it before January 31st.
It feels like it feels like there are two questions, right? Have you got water, and when's it going to get cold?
That's it. That's the key to duck hunting in Mississippi.
Absolutely. Lynn, really appreciate you coming in this morning. Always good catching up, and wish you a great holiday season and many good hunts.
Thank you for having us, and wish you the same.
Anything we missed? Anything you need to drop in on the way out the door?
Be safe and enjoy Mississippi's great outdoors.
Amen to that. Lynn Posey, Executive Director of the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Hope you find some time to get outdoors. This is the Gallo Radio Show on SuperTalk Mississippi. We've got more coming up with you right after this.